Who doesn't love this addictive game? Fun little yellow guy gobbling up pellets and ghosts. Pac-Man is a game that has survived generations. Back in the early days, video games would sell for a few months after release, then sales would plummet. Because of this, vendors were hesitant about the games they would sell. The creators of Pac-Man knew they needed something good to get it into the vendors' hands. Their goal was to create a game that was not so hard that it was super frustrating to play. They wanted something everyone could enjoy, whether they were an expert or a beginner. This led them to develop Pac-Man, the first video game to be a licensing success. In 1980, it was released in Japan. The name Pac-Man actually comes from the Japanese slang word Paku-paku, which means to eat. In its Japan release, the creators called it Puckman. It wasn't until its release in the United States in October of 1980 that the game became known as Pac-Man. The game was a huge hit in the United States, selling more than 100,000 units in its first year. The actual Pac-Man character is said to be inspired by a pizza with one slice removed. The character was very recognizable and was everywhere in the 1980s. He was on the cover of Time magazine, Mad magazine, and even his own Saturday morning cartoon show.
I feel like a new man!
But of course, the real reason people loved Pac-Man was the game. It started off really easy and got more difficult as you went. The further you got into the game, you were rewarded with little creative cartoons, like the ghost that got his outfit caught on a nail. The game was really addicting and everybody loved it. To this day, Pac-Man remains one of the most popular video games in history. There have been multiple video game spin-offs, including Miss Pac-Man, which was released a year later in 1981. Pac-Man has also inspired all kinds of merchandise. Just last week, I was in the store with my daughter and found these fun little night lights. Other merchandise you can find include shirts, watches, and even a game console. Hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane and learned something new about Pac-Man. If you did, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.